Hello, it's me. So in today's video we're going to be doing some seed planting. So the seeds that we're planting are bell peppers, tomatoes, and we've got a garlic bulb there, and we're going to be planting some sweet pea seeds as well. Just like many of you out there, I'm no expert. I have done very little food growing in the past. I tried a bit earlier on last year. I've learned lots from it, and there's things that I would do different this year as well. So out of what we're planting today, I have done garlic before and they turned out pretty good last year, so I was quite chuffed with them. But tomatoes and the bell peppers and sweet peas as well, I've never grown them before, so I'm learning. I've had a look on the internet for a few tips and that, and this is how I've managed to do this video today. So if you do know better and if you are an expert, please don't be too judgmental. I'd rather take some constructive criticism or some advice, tips or hints or anything you can do to help us along. And what would be really nice to see is if you're doing some planting, please share your videos or your photos of your progress. So from time to time, from these seeds, you can see in the background here, from these seeds we're going to be doing in different stages and watch the development. So I'll do a video for each different stage. So let's get cracking. Okay, so I've got my little plant pots here. The lighting's a bit poor. So I'm just going to be doing these seeds, and we've got a little garlic bulb there as well. This one is rainbow bell pepper seeds. We're planting them in there, and then we've got some tomatoes here as well. Sweet million. There's 22 seeds in that, so I might split that into another pot. And then we've got the French garlic as well, so that'll be okay in that pot. And sweet peas, 45 seeds. So I won't use all them seeds in this pot. I'll try and find some other pots to put them in. So I'm just gonna show you how to plant your seeds and your bulb. What I do have for each of my pots as well are these plastic lids, just so the water doesn't run everywhere when I'm watering them, because I will be putting these on the windowsill in my kitchen just while these shoots start to come out. So the first thing that I've done is filled my pots, just pressing down the soil firmly, just topping them up a little bit. Oh, a bit too much in that one. So each pot, roughly, has about that much left in the top. Probably just about an inch space. Okay, so it's all firmly packed. Now with the French garlic bulb, I've not filled that tub right to the top, so it's a bigger. It's not a seed, it's just a bulb. So probably just about to there. I don't know if you've noticed as well, I've labelled. Make sure you label. I mean, if you wanted, you could decorate your plant pot as well. But I've labelled what is going in each plant pot. The sweet peas, the garlic, the tomatoes, and the rainbow bell peppers. I'm actually looking forward to them. I think the idea of doing this is just to show that you can grow food on your windowsill. You don't have to have a big garden, just a few little pots, and you can watch your plants grow. Okay, so the rainbow bell peppers, I'm going to do them first. So on the top, so I can open it, just put the seeds in, and there you go. So if you just like plant them about 1 centimetre apart on the top, I'm going to move the camera in a minute. So just put the seeds over the top, like that, for the rainbow bell peppers. They're about 1 centimetre apart from each other. Obviously as they start to grow, we'll be looking at transferring them into bigger pots. And then I'm just going to sprinkle some of the soil over the top of them. Now we're not firmly patting these down, So long as the soil covers them about double the amount of the seed, size of the seed over the top, it should be okay. Now with the bell peppers, they should take 60 to 90 days to mature, or even up to 150 days. Growing them from seed, you seed them between January to mid-February in the pots like I am doing now, so we're kind of coming towards mid-January at the moment. So yeah, so we move on to the next one, which is the tomato seeds. Sweet million they're called. They do have, when you're planting them, the furry coating on the tomato seeds will soften, and it kind of gummifies a bit when the water is added, which help the seeds stick in place amongst the soil particles. So this is stuff that I've found online. Bearing in mind, I don't do I'm new to all this myself, so the way I see it, if I can do it, anybody can do it. So I hope you're following my journey too, as much as I'm going to be following your journey. Tomatoes need plenty of warmth and light. Keep them in a warm room at room temperature, and then spray them with water twice daily, and they should sprout out within a week. And you see some little sprouts coming out, and then we can pot on in different stages, which we'll be doing more videos as we go along. So I'm just going to cover the top like I did with the bell pepper seeds, just a light sprinkling of soil over the top, and then we're going to move on to the garlic. Obviously I didn't fill this tub as much as I filled the other ones. So now with the garlic, you know, if you don't always use your garlic, I've grown garlic before indoors and they were pretty successful. Ended up partially growing them indoors, and then I planted them outdoors into my garden, and I had some lovely garlic from it. So yeah, you can reuse your garlic cloves like this and plant them like we are going to be doing in this plant pot. Now we've already got the green coming out in this one. It's kind of sprouted out a little bit out of the plastic bag that it's been in. But if you didn't, and you had a garlic clove that you wanted, you'd just plant it as if the shoot was going to come out. Apparently the shoots are edible as well. You can add them to salads. I'd read somewhere. You might want to read a little bit more about that, because like I said, I'm learning as I'm going along, and I've wrote loads of things down here to talk about with regards garlic, but I think it's worth just doing a bit of research yourself on the internet. It's an absolute minefield. So we'll be growing this in this pot, and then we'll be planting that outside, because if it was to grow in the pot we wouldn't get the proper full bulb, so that's why it needs to go outside. So garlic normally takes 7 to 8 months after being planted. You have to wait till the leaves that sprout out start turning brown, and then you know that the bulb is ready. So I've just placed the garlic in the little tub on my windowsill growing, and I'm just going to sprinkle some more soil, but make sure that the green shoot stays sticking out. And I'll just I think maybe I should have planted that a little bit deeper. Getting soil everywhere. So I'm doing this on my kitchen dining table at the moment because it is absolutely chucking it down with rain outside. So that should be alright. Let's look a bit more on that side. There. And there's soil, some big pieces of wood as well. I've been pulling them out as I've been going along as well. So that's done. Anyway, that's ready. So the next one that we're going to go on to is turn it around, the sweet pea. I'm going to find some other pots because in my little bag there's quite a few, so I'll probably have to plant some in other pots. So again, I've put some seeds in this pot, trying to keep them, I've got fat fingers, me. Tried to keep them about 1 centimetre apart, and again I'm just going to sprinkle the top of the seeds with a layer of soil, not packing it down, just so that we can get some light into it. Just spread that out. So with the sweet pea, you see done between October and March. It does say, when I read on one website, to moisten the seeds overnight before you plant them. which I haven't. So fingers crossed mine turn out okay. But if you want to, do that as well. So you moisten them overnight in a plastic container with some tissue paper, and you pour a little bit of water on to dampen them, but not drown them obviously. So yeah, they're ready to plant. Like I said, October to March, and then obviously there's another process that you have to do, which we'll do some videos as we go along. So that's the sweet peas done. So the seeds and the bulb, they're all planted. Plant them on a windowsill, which gets pretty much good sunlight. Mine's not that great, so I might have to move mine around, so we'll just see how they go. I got this, you know what I was saying about a little spray bottle. I think you can pick these up from like pound shop. They're in the travel department because they come in like a travel set, and they're just handy just for the windowsill spraying, just to water your plants. So make sure you water them because obviously they're newly planted. And then we're just gonna watch this space, and I'll be posting regular pictures and videos of updates. So for these, apart from the garlic, it's the first time that I've ever grown bell peppers, tomatoes and sweet peas. And obviously sweet peas, they grow pretty high, so they'll have to definitely go outside at a later date. So I'm quite excited and giddy about this. Just let's see how we get on.